Hi friends, welcome to our final video in our four-part video series on the upcoming election. So far we've covered what Vice President Biden needs in order to significantly increase his chances to win in November, what President Trump needs to increase his chances, what a Vice President Biden turning into a President Biden economy and market will look like, at least initially. And now what we want to end our four-part video series on is, what does a second-term President Trump economy look like? Well, to be candid with you, nobody's really sure in some senses. And what I mean by that is, what is every first-term president's goal? A second term. Really, to all other things aside, that is their primary and chief concern, is getting reelected. And so what does a, frankly, unhinged second-term President Trump look like? Well, I think there's a large possibility that, like his predecessor, President Obama, he rules with the pen, meaning he goes executive order crazy. And what it appears as well is that some recent Supreme Court rulings on DACA and other things have potentially opened the floodgates for him to unilaterally make economic and tax decisions and by sidestepping Congress and doing it through executive order. More to come on that in the future. But here are a couple of things that we would look for in a second-term presidency, economically and from the market perspective. We think, much like we saw in November of 2016 until just recently, where gas was thrown on the proverbial fire, if you will, that much of the same will happen. We think that it is highly likely that within 12 to 15 or 18 months, under a President Trump second term, that the markets are at all-time highs again. Corporate tax cuts stay low, personal tax cuts stay low. But we are very concerned about two things. Number one is the national debt. As you probably know, in 4 years, President Trump has now taken the national debt from 20 trillion to just under 30 trillion, and really 3.5 years. From President George Washington through President Bush, the national debt was 7 trillion. And here we are outpacing that in 3.5 years of one president. So we are highly concerned about the continued pressure on the national debt. What we're also, maybe not concerned, but uncertain about is what kind of economic policies would be put into place without any repercussions by way of a second term, right? In some ways, the second term keeps the first term president in check. What does that look like in the second term? But overall, from corporations to economics to markets, it is most profitable for the investor. Forget political, social, personal, or any other kind of implications in place. Economically, the best thing for investors is a second-term President Trump. Now, whether you agree with that or not, here's what's important. Your financial advisor has to be apolitical. Vote according to your beliefs and convictions, and you become apolitical the moment you begin to give advice. And that's what we've always done for our clients. In 2008, when President Obama was elected, some of our conservative clients were very concerned. But if we let their emotions rule their market decisions, they would have missed out on a tremendous recovery. The same thing was true in 2016. Many of our clients who might have a left-leaning view were very concerned, and still are, about President Trump. If we would allow their emotions and those political views to dictate investment decisions, they would have missed out on a tremendous amount of opportunity. So as we conclude this video series, here's what I want you to hear us say at Powell Financial Services. While we have our own personal beliefs, and they differ across our entire team, what our goal is always been is to protect and grow your wealth in any environment, under any candidate, no matter what. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for trusting us. I'll see you next time.